Hi, welcome to another episode of 100% Joy. Okay, until recently, when I saw Gangs of Lagos, Brotherhood was like my all-time favorite Nigerian action movie.
So your twin brother is an ex-convict.
I came from the exact same streets. I chose to be a better man.
Down.
And I think Toby and Files did an amazing job. So I'm going to tell the story of that movie today because today I want to look at heroes and villains and how our pain plays a very major role in who we become or how our lives turn out based on the choices we make as regards the pain that we go through. So this was a story of two brothers, twins, who lost their parents. They were young, they were in the car with their parents traveling on the road and they were attacked by armed robbers, and both their parents were gunned down on the spot. So they had to grow up in the slums with their auntie. Now, two of them. One of them went into a life of crime because as a child I think he went to steal some money or some drugs for his brother who was sick, his twin brother, and he was caught and put in juvie the first time, came out, and then after that it just became a life for him. Now the movie starts with that brother coming out of jail, played by Toby Bakare. Meanwhile, his twin brother decided to make something out of his life after all the pain he went through. I think because of the way his parents died and his brother's running with the cops, he decided to become a cop to fight crime. So he became a policeman, and the movie also introduces him when he walks into his boss's office to report for a new assignment, joining a special squad. And this happened at a time that there was this terrible gang that was disturbing the neighborhood and robbing people and killing people and all that. Now the brother gets out of jail, and it's obvious in the beginning that it was established they didn't really have a great relationship because they had taken two different paths in life. So the gang will write you a letter before they come to your house. So they wrote his auntie that they were coming that night, and the boy said he's not going anywhere. The auntie leaves, but he stays, and they come in, and somehow one of the gang members is his friend. So the story fast forward, he becomes a member of the gang, becomes the brain of the gang because he's very strategic and calculated. He started bringing bigger hits. They started hitting bullion vans. I mean, the way those heists were carried out in the movie was so professional. I didn't believe it was a Nigerian movie. Anyway, so eventually the squad his brother was in now started trying to track down the gang, and he didn't even know that his brother was a part of the gang. But anyway, pushing the story to the end, finds out his brother was part of the gang. There's a hot chase. He went after his brother, and the brother was able to get away. Everybody in the gang was killed. The brother was wounded, but somehow he was able to cross the border. So I'm sure there's a sequel to that story. Now, one of the things that caught my attention in the movie was when the auntie spoke to his brother, the policeman, and said, please cut your brother some slack, invite him for your wedding. And he said no, he didn't want his brother there because he didn't like this lifestyle the brother had chosen. I said no, but remember, he went into this because he needed to get you drugs when you were sick. He said yes, that was the first time, and he went to juvie, he gets it. But after that, all the other times he went to prison, was he still getting him drugs? That at the end of the day, the auntie shouldn't forget that both of them had it rough. They were together, they went through the same experience, but he chose to do better with his life. And it set me thinking, every movie you watch, every situation you see, there's always a hero and a villain. Now, heroes and villains are not born that way. They become heroes or villains based on the choices they make with their lives. It's the choices they make when they go through pain. Now, it's either you choose to become a victim out of your pain or you choose to become a victor out of your pain, because everyone has a backstory. There's nobody you meet in this world today that doesn't have a story. And that story has pain buried in the middle of it. It might be physical pain, it might be emotional, it might be mental, it could be any type of pain, but everyone has a backstory that is enveloped in pain in one way or the other. And that pain is the momentum that gives birth to who we become. But who we become is determined by the choices we make, what we do with the pain. Do we want to bet it or do we want to abort it? Do we want to bet a beautiful thing out of it, or do we want to become the pain itself and inflict pain on others? And that is what determines who a hero becomes and who a villain becomes. When we come back, let's look at why pain is a beautiful thing. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Let's look at another perspective to pain. What does pain do for you? Pain reveals your purpose. Your purpose is always hidden in your pain. I said it in the previous segment. Most times the things that we experience and go through always has a role to play in who we become, or what we decide to do with our lives, or the impact we decide to create in the world. Take it from me. Think about people you know. Think about even the decisions you're making in your life right now. If I asked you why you decided to, do what you do, you probably be telling me that there was an experience you went through and you decided to start doing what you're doing. Now, another thing pain does is that pain brings out it reveals your strength. Because until you go through something, you never know how much you can take, or how far you can push yourself, or what your limits are, until you deal with something that shakes you up, or until you deal with pain, or deal with obstacles that actually overwhelm you. That is when you know who you truly are. It reveals your strength. It reveals who you are. It reveals versions of you that you probably wouldn't have met if you didn't go through the pain. Because if you decide to avoid the pain, you will never grow. Because pain is a catalyst for growth. Pain is responsible for growth. Pain helps you to grow. When you go through those experiences, you grow through them. And when you go through them, it gives you something to give back. I think I said it in an episode before, that our lives are in 3 stages. We have experiences. Some of those experiences, or most times, are painful experiences. We grow from those experiences. Now, whether that experience grows us is up to us. If we decide to go through it, or if we decide to get swallowed and immersed in it. There are a lot of people that go through pain and decide that, I want to become the pain. I want to hurt others. I want to just stay in it. I don't want to move forward anymore. I don't want to make the best out of my life anymore. But there are people who go through pain and go like, this pain is changing me. This pain is teaching me something. This pain is growing me. And once you can grow out of pain, trust me, you have something to contribute. You have a story to tell. You have an experience to share. You have something that people can learn from. And this is you being able to take that and add value to other people's lives. Finally, this means that pain will grow you if you let it. So my question today is, what are you going through? Whatever you're going through, trust me, it is for your good. It is there because it is time for you to grow. It is there because it is time for you to move to the next phase of your life. Now, are you embracing and going through it? Or are you fighting it? Or are you turning your back on it? Or are you trying to find a way around it? At the end of the day, whatever pain you're going through right now, that pain is there to transform you. That pain is there to grow you. That pain is there to reveal the best version of you. That pain is there to reveal your purpose. It's said that for gold to be refined, it must pass through fire. For diamond to become the shiny, expensive stuff we like, it has to go through polishing. This pain you're going through is your fire. It is refining you. It is polishing you. Are you going to give into it and see it from a different perspective and learn from it and take what you learn from it and use it to help others and use it to, better society and use it to add value, to impact? Or are you going to become the pain and be pain to everyone else? This is a question I want you to think about and answer. But I want to encourage you today, finally, push beyond your pain, because on the other side of that pain is something beautiful. It is your life waiting to happen. That's all from me today. Bye bye. See you next time.